Hi, I'm Brett Durand. Welcome to Durand Distillery. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Checking on the vines?
Yeah. How are you, Brett?
Very well.
So, what do we have here? What kind of vines do we have?
These are Shiraz vines. They were all planted by my father-in-law back in the late 70s. They're part of our wine that we list as the Pheasant Farm Shiraz.
Yeah.
They're quite delicious, actually. I find that my father-in-law underrates his ability to match the wine to the soil,
Yeah.
to the grapes that we grow. They're delicious.
Is that the one that you use for the gin?
We'll use with local wines. Some of this will
Some will
come
go
to
on
us.
the wine.
Yeah, I get as much of the local wines as I can to distill from.
Yeah, so how do I make my ethanol? I take wine that is sourced locally, literally from the vineyards and the wineries to either side of our property. We literally distill that once, and then on the third distillation is when we add our botanicals and our ingredients to make our products.
Yeah. This is where I've set up my distillery.
Okay.
In a nice insulated shed.
Why did I create Durand Distillery? I wanted to recreate a memory that I had from my childhood when my grandfather would feed me pastis. So to learn how to make pastis, I had to learn how to make alcohol, to learn how flavors translate in different mediums. And that ignited something, and here we are.
Come on in, guys.
Yep.
So this is my distillery. This is where I take some of the local wine. I've got some of this from Toysner Wines.
Yep.
We take this wine, we place it in our still, and we distill that out. All of our waste is kept and collected. We then have it tested to see how much leftover alcohol it's got, so we can track everything that we work through.
Whilst I was doing my research for the pastis that I want to make, my mother-in-law came to me and said, "I want you to make me gin." Of course, being the mother-in-law, you don't say no. So I started making a gin, and I asked her what profile, where do you want me to take this? And she basically said, make something that I like, that's kind of us. And I said, so what do you like? She said, I like martinis. So excellent. All right. So taking the concept of martini, and if you look behind me, you'll notice there's an olive grove. We grow lots of rosemary on site. We also grow citrus. So using the Italian pizza rule of only 5 ingredients: juniper, coriander, rosemary, lime, citrus.
Yeah. So when we're distilling, we take the wine, we place it inside the still.
Yeah.
We run that through. Like I mentioned before, we try to conserve and work with nature as much as possible. So all of my cooling water stays in one tank. It's then passed to a chiller. The chiller sends it to the still, either the primary or the secondary condenser, which we can control. So when we're making things like the matriarch or the good wife, especially the matriarch, we'll place all the botanicals in, let that sit overnight inside the alcohol, and then when we come in the next morning, it's imbued some of those lovely flavours and some of the crisp green olive, and then we fire the still. Yum yum.
A lot of what I choose to give myself limits and boundaries on is based around integrity. The integrity of my products. We don't shortcut, we don't take corners, we do things properly. And Mind Spirits, I find, are like-minded in that regard. They want products with integrity. They will look after what we do and treat it properly. So without even having to look to anybody else, I chose Michael and Arturo to represent me in the market.
So yeah,
We've got an amazing view from here.
that's a great shot back at that.
Do you have koalas around here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. This property just evolves. It's not static. It's in a sense, it's alive. Everything around us is growing. We've got Shiraz vines. We've got an olive grove. We've pomegranates, apricots, apples, pears. We've got figs. We'll be growing our own sloes. It's unique in the sense that it is a work in progress. It constantly evolves. It's an organic, living, breathing thing.